नमस्कार विद्यार्थी मित्रांनो, हसत खेळत केमिस्ट्री लर्निंग प्लॅटफॉर्ममध्ये आपणा सर्वांचे पुनश्च एकदा स्वागत आहे. आपण केमिकल बॉन्डिंग हा चॅप्टर पाहत आहोत. तर त्यामध्ये आपण लेक्चर फर्स्ट, लेक्चर सेकंड we have studied and now we have to study the lecture number third. We have to study chemical bond. In the chemical bond, we have to study the ionic bond, the examples of ionic bond and the characteristics of ionic compounds. We have to study this point in the lecture. Is the chemical bond, the association of atoms or ions to form a molecule, crystal and other structures. Means the bond can hold the atoms or ion and that forms the molecules, crystal and other structures. Means the chemical bond can hold the atoms or ions to form a molecule. The another definition is the attractive force which holds the various constituents, that is the atoms and ions, together in a different chemical species. It's called a chemical bond. Chemical bond means it can hold the different ions, atoms, and it forms the molecule, that is the chemical bond. Means bond can hold the atoms. There are 5 types of bonds. One is the electrovalent or ionic bond, second one is the covalent bond, third one is the coordinate covalent bond, fourth one is the hydrogen bond, and fifth one is the dative bond. These are the different types of chemical bond. तर या ठिकाणी काय 5 chemical bond चे टाइप आहेत. We have to study it one by one. Next one is the electrovalent or ionic bond. Electrovalent bond is also known as a ionic bond. What is the ionic bond? There is a electrostatic force of attraction between the stable ion formed by complete transfer of electron from atom of metallic element to the atom of non-metallic element. Means there is a transfer of electron from metallic atom to the non-metallic atom. तर त्या ठिकाणी काय होत असते, there is a complete transfer, means the metallic atom has a extra electron in its outermost orbit and it can donate the electron to and become a stable molecule, and the other non-metallic element or non-metallic atom has deficient electron in its outermost orbit. That's why they can accept the electron which is donated by metallic atom and they complete their outermost orbit and becomes stable. That's why there is a complete transfer of electron from metallic atom to the non-metallic atom. The metallic atom lose electron to complete octet and acquires a nearest inert gas configuration and form a positively charged ion called a cation. Means metallic atom can lose the electron from a outermost orbit and it complete its octet and it acquires a inert gas configuration and it form a positively charged ion, and that positively charged ion is called a cation. Means metal can lose the electron and they become stable and it acquires a positive charge and that is called a cation. In the non-metallic atom gains the electron, means non-metallic atom gain the electron to complete the octet and acquires a nearest inert gas configuration forming negatively charged ion, that is called anion. Means first of all, metallic atom can donate or can lose the electron and acquires a positive charge, that is called a cation, and non-metallic atom gain the electron or accept the electron which is donated by metallic atom and they acquires a negative charge. That charged ions are called anion. Means if the ions have a positive charge, that is the cation. If the ions have a negative charge, that is the anion. See here, the neutral atom, means it is the atom. If the atom is lost the electron, means if atom is donated the electron, it acquires a positive charge and that is called a cation. See here, the neutral atom if gain the electron, means to complete the outermost orbit, then it acquires a negative charge. That negatively charged ion is called a anion. There is a cation formation process. तर या ठिकाणी cation formation ची प्रोसेस सुद्धा दाखवलेली आहे. If the atomic number of sodium is 11, it means first orbit contains the 2 electron, second orbit contains the 8 electron, and remaining 1 electron is present in the outermost orbit. Then the sodium should complete the outermost orbit by accepting or by donating the electron. Then sodium has only one electron in its outermost orbit. It should complete the outermost orbit by donating and by accepting the electron. Then if suppose if the to complete the outermost orbit, the sodium should take the 7 electron or should give the 1 electron. म्हणजे काय, एक तर 7 इलेक्ट्रॉन घ्यावं लागेल किंवा 1 इलेक्ट्रॉन द्यावं लागेल. Then the outermost orbit will complete. That's why sodium can donate the 1 electron rather than accept the 7 electron. The sodium can donate the 1 electron and becomes stable, and it acquires a 1 positive charge. Is depend upon the number of electron donated or accepted. जेवढे इलेक्ट्रॉन डोनेट केलेला आहे किंवा जेवढे इलेक्ट्रॉन ऍक्सेप्ट केलेला आहे त्यावरती त्यांचा चार्ज डिपेंड असतो. Positively charged cation and negatively charged anion hold together by electrostatic force of attraction. The bond formed is called electrovalent bond or ionic bond. तर त्या ठिकाणी काय होत असते, पॉझिटिव्हली चार्ज्ड कॅटायन अँड निगेटिव्हली चार्ज्ड anion hold together by electrostatic force of attraction. The bond is formed. That bond is called the ionic bond. Means the metallic atom can donate the electron, they acquire a positive charge, and non-metallic atom can accept the electron and they acquire a negative charge. The positively charged ion is called a cation and negatively charged ion is called a anion. That cation and anion hold together by the electrostatic force of attraction and the bond is formed. That bond is called ionic bond. Means bond is formed, that is the ionic bond. For example, here the magnesium, aluminum and chlorine. आता कोण पॉझिटिव्ह आयन असेल आणि कोण निगेटिव्ह आयन असेल, मीन्स विच वन इज द पॉझिटिव्हली charged ion and which one will be the negatively charged ion. If suppose the magnesium has the atomic number of magnesium is 12. The first orbit contains the 2 electrons, second orbit contains the 8 electrons, remaining 2 electrons will be present in the last orbit. See here, 1 and 2 electrons are present in the last orbit of the magnesium and these electrons revolves around the nucleus. Then the magnesium can lose the 2 electron from its outermost orbit and becomes stable. Magnesium काय करतो, 2 इलेक्ट्रॉन लूज करतो and becomes stable and it acquires a dipositive charge because the magnesium donated or lose the 2 electron. Magnesium काय करतो, 2 इलेक्ट्रॉन लूज झाल्यामुळे it acquires a dipositive charge. Next one is the aluminum. The atomic number of aluminum is 13 and the first orbit contains the 2 electrons, second orbit contains the 8 electron and last orbit contains the 3 electron. So the aluminum can donate the 3 electron from its outermost orbit and it becomes a stable. So the aluminum acquires a tripositive charge because the aluminum is given 1, 2, 3 electron from its outermost orbit, so it is tri-positively charged ion. Next one is for example, the chlorine. The atomic number of chlorine is 17, so the first orbit contains the 2 electron, second orbit contains the 8 electron, and third orbit contains the 7 electron. The one electron is deficient or less to complete the outermost orbit in the chlorine, so the chlorine can accept the 1 electron to complete its outermost orbit and it acquires a negative charge. So it is a anion. Means काय, जे पॉझिटिव्ह चार्ज असतात कोण असतात, which atom can donate the electron, that atoms are positively charged atoms, and which atom can accept the electron, that atom is a negatively charged atom. See here, the atom If the electron lose, it is positive ion. If the electron gain, it is a negative ion. Means electron डोनेट करणारे काय पॉझिटिव्ह आयन बनतात आणि इलेक्ट्रॉन ऍक्सेप्ट करणारे काय निगेटिव्ह आयन बनत असतात आणि दॅट पॉझिटिव्हली चार्ज द कॅटायन अँड निगेटिव्हली चार्ज द anion hold together by the electrostatic force of attraction. That bond formed, that bond is called the electroionic bond or electrovalent bond. फॉर्मेशन ऑफ मॅग्नेशियम ऑक्साइड मॉलिक्यूल मीन्स MgO. तर या ठिकाणी फॉर्मेशन ऑफ ए मॅग्नेशियम ऑक्साइड मॉलिक्यूल आपल्याला काय या ठिकाणी आयोनिक बॉन्ड मध्ये मॅग्नेशियम ऑक्साइड मॉलिक्यूल हा फॉर्म करायचा आहे. फर्स्ट वन मॅग्नेशियम. हियर द मॅग्नेशियम, द atomic number is 12. The first 2 electron revolves in a first orbit, next 8 electron revolves in a second orbit and remaining 2 electrons are present in the third orbit, and it has 2 electron extra in its outermost orbit, so magnesium can donate the 2 electron. See here the oxygen. The atomic number of oxygen is 8. The first orbit contains the 2 electron and second orbit contains the 6 electron. It requires 2 electron to complete its outermost orbit, so the magnesium can donate the 2 electron and oxygen can accept the 2 electron. They becomes stable. Means magnesium 2 इलेक्ट्रॉन डोनेट केल्यानंतर स्टेबल होत असतो आणि ऑक्सिजन 2 इलेक्ट्रॉन ऍक्सेप्ट केल्यानंतर stable होत असतो. For example, here molecules of magnesium consist of one atom of magnesium and one atom of oxygen. Means the magnesium oxide contains the two atoms, that is the one atom of magnesium and one atom of oxygen. It is formed by the ionic bond or electrovalent bond. Here the atomic number of magnesium is 12 and electronic configuration is 282. The atomic number of oxygen is 8 and the electronic configuration is 2 6. During the formation of magnesium oxide, the magnesium atom lose its 2 valency electron. During the formation of magnesium oxide, magnesium lose the 2 its valency electron and acquires a dipositive charge and attains a stable configuration of nearest inert gas element, that is the neon. The neon. Second one, the lost electron accepted by oxygen atom. It acquires a di-negative charge and attains the electronic configuration of nearest inert gas element, that is the neon. It is means the magnesium atom can lose 2 electron and it acquires a di-positive charge, and oxygen atom accept the 2 electron, it acquires a di-negative charge. That di-positive Di-positively charged magnesium and di-negatively charged oxygen can combine by electrostatic force of attraction and the magnesium oxide molecule is formed. तर या ठिकाणी काय होत असते, 2 इलेक्ट्रॉन मॅग्नेशियम डोनेट करतो आणि ऑक्सिजन 2 इलेक्ट्रॉन ऍक्सेप्ट करतो. मॅग्नेशियम 2 इलेक्ट्रॉन डोनेट केल्यानंतर डाय पॉझिटिव्ह चार्ज येतो, ऑक्सिजन 2 इलेक्ट्रॉन ऍक्सेप्ट केल्यानंतर डाय निगेटिव्ह चार्ज येतो आणि त्या ठिकाणी काय हा मॅग्नेशियम ऑक्साइड कंपाउंड फॉर्म होत असतो. फॉर्मेशन ऑफ ए सोडियम क्लोराइड. Sodium chloride, the molecular formula is NaCl. Two oppositely charged ions, that is the sodium and chlorine, which are produced and bounded together by the electrostatic force of attraction and to form a sodium chloride. Means the sodium can donate 1 electron and it acquires a positive charge, and chlorine can accept 1 electron, it acquires a negative charge. These oppositely charged ions combine with each other, they form a bond. That bond is called ionic bond between the chlorine and sodium atom. Here the sodium, the atomic number of sodium is 11. The first orbit contains the 2 electron, second orbit contains the 8 electron and remaining 1 electron is present in the last orbit, and sodium can donate the last electron and becomes stable. And chlorine, the atomic number of chlorine is 17. That's why the first orbit contains the 2 electron, second orbit contains the 8 electron, and last orbit contains the 7 electron. The sodium can donate 1 electron and the chlorine can accept 1 electron which is donated by the sodium, and sodium acquires a 1 positive charge and chlorine acquires a 1 negative charge. That oppositely charged ions combine, and they that oppositely charged ion bound together by electrostatic force of attraction to form a sodium chloride molecule. See here the structure: sodium, the electronic configuration 281. One electron is transferred from sodium to chlorine. Here the chlorine, the electronic configuration is 287, means the one electron which is present in the outermost orbit is transferred from sodium to the chlorine. Here the one electron is transferred from sodium to chlorine, and then the sodium has a positively charged ion and the chlorine is negatively charged ion. That is, the electrovalency of sodium is +1 and the electrovalency of chlorine is -1. See here also the electron of sodium is transferring from sodium to chlorine atom. Here we have seen that the sodium has one extra electron in its outermost orbit, and that electron is transferred, and sodium acquires a one positive charge and chlorine acquires a one negative charge. These oppositely charged ions are bounded by electrostatic force of attraction, that is formation of a sodium chloride molecule. Here the sodium atom loses its one valency electron and acquires positive charge and attains a stable electronic configuration of nearest inert gas element, that is the neon. And second one, the lost electron accepted by chlorine atom and it acquires a negative charge and attains the stable electronic configuration of nearest inert gas element argon, means sodium acquires a neon electronic configuration and chlorine acquires a argon electronic configuration, and they becomes a stable molecule, that is the formation of a sodium chloride molecule. The characteristics of the ionic compound: the compound containing ionic bonds are called ionic compounds. तर काय, compounds which contains the ionic bond, compound आहे त्या compound मध्ये कुठला bond आहे, the compound which contains the ionic bond, that compounds are called ionic compound. They are hard and crystalline solid. Ionic compounds are hard and crystalline solid. They are polar in nature, therefore soluble in polar solvent like water and insoluble in a organic and non-polar solvent. Means these are the polar compounds and that's why they soluble in a polar solvent only. They are poor and bad conductor of electricity in solid state but good conductor in the aqueous state or fused molten state, as ions are free to move. Means these are the very poor conductor of heat and electricity in the solid state, but when it is dissolved or when in a water or when it is fused, then the ion can move from one place to another place, so the electricity and conductivity will be increased in the aqueous state or fused state. In solid state, each ion is surrounded by a definite number of oppositely charged ion. म्हणजे solid state मध्ये काय, definite number of oppositely charged ion काय surround झालेले असतात. Then next one is they have high melting point and boiling point, because the ionic bond is a very strong bond, so the melting point and boiling point is very high in the ionic compound. These are the characteristics of a ionic compounds. अशा पद्धतीने आपण आयनिक बॉन्ड म्हणजे काय, त्यानंतर कॅटायन कशाला म्हणतात, अनायन कशाला म्हणतात, त्यानंतर एक्झाम्पल्स ऑफ आयनिक कंपाऊंड्स आणि त्याचे कॅरेक्टरिस्टिक्स ऑफ आयनिक कंपाऊंड्स पाहिलेले. आशा करतो हा व्हिडिओ तुम्हाला नक्की आवडला असेल. लाईक करा, शेअर करा आणि सबस्क्राईब करा. धन्यवाद.